Would Omar Vizquel make it in today's MLB?
Yeah, I think so.
But you could ask, like, is there a lane for the hyper elite defensive shortstops that can't really hit?
I mean, to say that Omar couldn't really hit, though, I mean, he was like a 270 hitter.
For that era, that probably I think he was a below average hitter, though, in that era, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he also didn't take steroids.
Okay, true, fair.
I mean, his career batting average is 272.
Yeah, I guess I asked that.
336, slugging 352.
His career OPS plus is 82, meaning
yeah, it is
20%
82,
more than the average hitter.
404 stolen bases. I don't know. I mean, I'm watching fucking Brian Rocchio play shortstop, so I'd rather take Omar.
And that was my next thing. Somewhere along the way, did baseball get too obsessed with power to where they wanted power at every position, and they've allowed a lot of these shortstops to be swing and miss shortstops? And so now we've got these shortstops that aren't your prototypical leadoff hitters. And Cleveland has all these middle infielders in their organization. And yet it feels like it's the same thing over and over and over again. Like, is Arias just Rocchio in a different flavor?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, they're all just the same thing. Like, what happened?
That is dumb. Like, Rocchio or Arias didn't make like the dumb, most of the time didn't make like the dumb mistakes. But like,
I mean, you say that, but I keep thinking about the dumb one he made when he showed up to the ballpark drunk. It doesn't matter. Yeah. That's Tyler. I'm Chris. Tyler is having in the words of Stephen A. Smith, a very bad day. In fact, a very bad weekend other than 4th of July, which I hope you had some cookout food. Hope so.
Did.
Hope it was seasoned well, too. Not to make a race relations joke. But the Guardians, it feels like they have forgotten entirely that the goal of the game is to score the runs.
Yeah, in the last 10 games, they've scored 14 runs and been shut out 5 times.
Disgusting. You can't get shut out 5 times when you are, I mean, you were the ALCS team last year.
The the Guardians are entering, I shouldn't say the Guardians, the Dolans are entering the Pittsburgh Pirates owner level area.
Whoa.
I don't think that the Dolans are interested in winning baseball games anymore. I don't think that they care about winning baseball games. I don't think that they have a competitive bone in their body. I don't think they give a shit, to be quite honest with you, because I think they're trying to leak this organization for as much money as they possibly can until 2028 when they sell this team. Because I think there's something coming in 2028 where somebody's going to buy this team, majority ownership. I don't know if that's, I may be making that up, but I know that somebody's going to be buying this team from the Dolans, the majority share. And so I think that they are just milking this for everything they can before they sell it.
That's a brutal thing to say.
I don't think they care. There's nothing you could, if you are a competitive person, and even if you want to even look at this as a business, right? This is a failing business. Nobody wants to go to these games anymore. Nobody wants to watch. You can't, there's just like, it can't be a profitable situation right now. And from on field competitiveness, like, you're forcing Stephen Vogt to go put out 4 guys in your lineup today that had a batting average under 165.
Under 165? I thought it was under 200.
No, under one. It's like 170.
That is disgusting.
David Fry, Austin Hedges, Brian Rocchio, and Jonathan Rodriguez all started today.
Automatic
and then Bo Naylor came in and got it and came in the game, and he's also batting under. So 5 guys played today that are hitting under 170.
Automatic outs, all of them.
How can you do that? I'm not even mad at Steve. I don't even want to talk about Stephen Vogt. I don't blame him. They're literally asking him to make filet mignon with pieces of dog shit. But like, the only thing I can criticize him is like, just be honest with us in the press. Like, don't come out there and say like, we're going to come out the other side of this. And like, we're just, blah, 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 blah. Stop. Just say we stink right now. because your team needs an ass chewing, but it doesn't even matter. It's not even their fault. They're just not very good. They're not good players. This is who they are. If you really think about it, the injuries, if you take away some of the injuries, Josh Naylor is you were missing 30 homers and 100 RBIs, but like Andres Jimenez hit 200 last year. I don't even remember who played right field last year, to be quite honest with you.
Who played right field last year?
Yeah.
I just remember it was John Kenzie Noel for stretches.
Okay, John Kenzie Noel played some right field.
But Schneeman played some right field last year.
I mean, Lane Thomas is been horrible.
And wasn't Miles Straw in right field too?
No, Miles Straw was gone after last year. When Tito retired, Miles Straw got sent out of town because for some reason those two guys were like best friends.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that checks out.
But it's just like the roster is not that different from what it was last year. But it just, to me, like you're missing some magic and you're missing, they're just not very good players. Like they're coming back. David Fry is showing us who he really is.
Mm-hmm.
This is who David Fry is. You're trying to tell me this is a left-handed masher? Now, granted, I know Tarek Skubal is the best left-handed pitcher in the game, but like he struck out 3 times. Didn't even put the ball in play.
I saw the last 2. They didn't look very competitive even.
It's just, like I said, I don't think Paul Dolan has any interest in winning baseball games. It's not his top priority.
Did you see what the Tigers tweeted after yesterday's game? And have since deleted.
They said, "Isn't this supposed to be? Is this guards ball we were talking about?" Which is,
that guards ball thing we heard about? I saw that and I said, "Oh my god!"
It's actually
Tyler
a great
is
troll.
either hot or just like we deserve it.
Absolutely, it's a great troll. And like, let's not forget though, the Guardians Twitter, whoever runs the Guardians Twitter account, is not afraid of throwing punches either.
Yeah, sparring. Yeah, they've sparred.
Yeah, so like it's fine. I thought it was really good. I thought it was very clever. I thought it was well timed considering the score.
Yeah.
So,
and I think have since deleted it. Now I do want to talk more. Obviously, they got swept.
Third straight sweep, by the way.
Yeah,
3 in a row.
That's brutal. The Tigers tweeted "guard that" with the broom emoji, but we didn't talk. We didn't lead with the big story coming around the Guardians. Luis Ortiz. Oh. How did we open the show and not talk about Luis Ortiz? I have no clue. And honestly, we skipped what we were going to open the show with, and we'll get to there in a sec. Luis Ortiz, brother, I think he's cooked. If you missed it, he had been suspended, placed on the MLB's leave list for 2 individual pitches that got flagged in suggesting that he was betting on his own pitches. And it was irregular amounts of money, which usually means $10,000 or more, coming in on a prop bet that was the first pitch of the 3rd inning. My brother spiked the slider 4 feet outside and 2 feet before the plate. It looks bad. And now people are digging through it, bro. Have you seen the clip of him striking Volpe out?
Yeah, and he was like, fuck. Yeah, I think Luis Ortiz is hibachi.
Yeah.
Well done. Burnt.
Super burnt, dude. How are you betting on if you're going to bet on yourself, bro, don't bet the under on your strikeouts. Now, that's a big allegedly, but boy, this is a massive blow to a pitching staff that you kind of felt like was getting closer, right?
Pitching staff since June 1st has had the 2nd best ERA in baseball. Starting pitching. The starting pitching since June, I believe it was June 1st. Could be wrong here, but it's like an under 3.5 ERA as a starting rotation. It's been put it together, competing their ass off, and this offense is just
putrid. But look, a rotation.
Chris, it's the worst offense since that field has been built since 1994.
Is it that bad?
The worst offense since 1994. That's
brutally bad.
And we've had some doozies of offense, some bad offenses.
This is a bad offense. I was gonna say like a pitching rotation of Bieber, Bybee, Ortiz, Williams, Ciccone. With the way they've been progressing, like that has a chance to be some. I mean, I've seen all those guys be kind of nails at moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a good group that you would want to carry in, but obviously we don't know what Bieber's future is.
Yeah. Speaking of, I feel like we're just kind of we're kind of all over the place because we're just spewing all of our thoughts.
Yeah, well, I was just talking about Ortiz, like how big of a blow that is to lose Ortiz.
And like I think it's bigger because I think Tanner Bybee is. I don't think Tanner Bybee is an ace at all. I just don't think he can be an ace at all.
Well, and you can afford for him to be an ace because Ortiz and Zacconi behind him have stuff that can give you 7 and 8 strikeouts.
But yeah, I think this might be the one that breaks the camel's back here. Not that the performance on the field has been,
but the back wasn't already broken.
And then this game today, is just we had a Big Lur tweeted at me, said that maybe that the Guardians, the Dolans are betting the under, so that's why they're putting these lineups out. Company culture with Luis Ortiz.
Company culture, man. Bet the under.
Dude, it's just I find it funny this whole gambling thing in sports and all these players getting popped. But then you watch the games on TV and there's a big ass betting marketing.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are we doing here? What are we, you can't bet on, you can't do that. You just, Luis Ortiz, you just can't do that. And I don't think they would have suspended him without them having him. They got him. They know it. They have him. It's over.
Yeah. I don't think he'll play again ever.
No, he's banned for life.
Yeah, banned for life. I think he's going to get banned for life for sure. So this team has to be full sellers, right? You just got swept by the Tigers, swept for the 3rd straight time. You have to be sellers because what you should be doing is clearing room for young guys to come up, correct?
Yep. So here's where I would start because there's a whole laundry list of things that they need to do. So Santana needs to go because he has an expiring contract. And I guess there's a report that says that he's going to be gone before the deadline is up. Clase has too much value to not trade. The haul you can get for Emmanuel Clase is too big.
Which I believe the bare minimum is a major league ready infield and a 4th pitcher is the bare minimum you can get for him.
Yes. Lane Thomas also has an expiring contract. And I don't know if you can even get a bag of chips for him, but I don't care. Just get him out of here.
I think you offer him for one of someone's lower prospects that has huge upside, but one major flaw.
Sure. David Fry can't throw, and he's clogging up this roster at first base.
And he's not a good enough hitter to be a
go away. You're a drain in the pipe for no reason. You can't throw, you can't hit. I'm over it. I'm just done. And then the other one that I would also start with is Stephen Kwan.
You got to unpack this, dog, because Stephen Kwan is a favorite.
I know people are going to feel a certain type of way about this. I think people are going to feel because it's Cleveland fans get emotionally attached to players in all 3 of the sports. More so than I don't personally believe there's only one player I've ever said was non-negotiable, non-tradable, and that's Jose Ramirez. Even when LeBron left, I was like, it's one of these things you cannot trade Jose Ramirez because he's literally the only player, and Donovan Mitchell's kind of getting close to this level because he also took not cheaper, but he chose to be here. Jose Ramirez is Cleveland Guardians baseball. He is the face of it. He's the only thing keeping the fans from not completely giving up. But why should Stephen Kwan be untouchable? I have no idea. Okay, so for one, he's not going to give you the hometown discount. Let's start there, okay? He's not going to give you the hometown discount. So at minimum, he's going to be paid $20 million a year. And for a team that has an active payroll of $75 million, I am not going to pay a player $20 million who's not going to hit the ball over the fence. If I had a $200 million payroll, I would absolutely pay Stephen Kwan $20 million. but I don't. I'm not going to pay a player 1/5 of my payroll to not hit the ball over the fence. Period. End of story. Second of all, he's not even going to sign an extension because he does not want to be here. He wants to be out west. You think he wants to be in Baltimore and play with his college teammate, Adley Rushman? I think he wants to go to San Francisco where his entire family lives.
I just think he would prefer to be in Baltimore or Cleveland right now. And I think if he was going to do a hometown discount to stay in Cleveland, it would have already gotten signed. The same way Bobby did.
Correct. So there's that. The longer this goes on, the less he's going to sign. Second of all, like, we are not in a position to be hoarding singles merchants when there's nobody behind him besides Jose Ramirez that can hit him in.
Yeah.
What's the point? Okay. So then here's the question that I have. You take let's just say Stephen Kwan, Lane Thomas, and Nolan Jones. Those are your three outfielders. And then we're going to call it selling, right? Selling to play the young players. But what's the difference between is there really a drop-off with CJ Kafis, P.D. Haplin, and Chase Lauder? Is it really that different? Are we really like what?
I'm not gonna sit here and say it's super different. And also, I'll say this additionally: like Chase Lauder has far more power potential today than Kwan ever will. Right?
Ever will.
So it's like what he may not make up for in terms of like batting average, which by the way, he's hitting over 400 against left-handed pitching just for when they, hit him with the good old platoonie.
Yeah,
I think what he won't make up for in batting average, he'll make up in power because I think he's an instant offense kind of guy. Like I'm really high into Lauder.
The only question I have about Chase Lauder is can he stay healthy?
His health,
and we're never gonna know. So like to me, Lane Thomas is like one of the worst center fielders in all of baseball.
Yeah, he's no good.
So like, I'm ready to see something else. And then as far as Nolan Jones is concerned, I'm over Nolan Jones as well. You can't be that big, look that good in a uniform, and hit the ball on the ground every time you hit the ball.
Yeah, Nolan Jones is an interesting case. I know there's like two sides of the internet on him. Like one half really loves the upside.
You can't look like that in a uniform and just like he looks. The reason why I was excited about Nolan Jones is because he looked like something we didn't have. Big, long, tall, looking good swing, left-handed. And it's just like, dog, you hit the ball on the ground. Every time you hit the ball, it's on the ground.
And like for as big as he
is, his home runs got top spin, Chris. They go down. They're going to kill a fan.
Yeah. Jesus.
He looks like he's running a 12-6 curveball when he hits a homer.
It is very top spinny. I guess like for me, one of the issues I have with Nolan Jones, like people yell at us about like Nolan Jones and the power potential about he's a part of the plan, like like he looks different. Like I've been told that it's like, oh, he's gonna break us free of guard ball because of, like the power potential. And I was there for a sec until like you take a closer look at it. The only having 3 home runs in 205 at bats to me kills that entirely.
Yeah, like
he's got less home runs than Stephen Kwan.
You know what I'm really tired of when it comes to Cleveland Guardians, like media and Twitter personalities and fans, is I'm so fucking tired of the word potential. I'm over it. I don't want to hear about potential anymore. I don't care. At some point, the play on the field, like it's July. There is no more potential. Like we've been doing this for 3 months. You are who you are this year.
Again, I'd contend that in 100 at bats, I would expect Lauder to have 3 home runs at least in the big leagues. Is that fair?
Yeah. I don't see why
3 home runs in 205 ABs and 234, plate appearances is disgusting. Here we go. My rule is this. I'm not a big average guy. I don't really care about average. I don't. I care about OPS and I care about slugging. You cannot be 6'5" and people tell us about power potential and your OPS is 622.
It's just like, why? I don't care.
That's disgustingly low.
But like, I got a little off topic here because I was talking about Stephen Kwan.
It's about trading Kwan. Let's recenter. Tyler McCormick would trade Stephen Kwan
today.
Ooh.
I would. And like, I'm not saying that Stephen Kwan's a really good baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Kwan's going to have a very long career. He's there. I believe that there are perfect situations where I would pay Stephen Kwan $20 to $25 million. I would, but I'm not. I don't have that team. That's not my team. The Braves, the Cubs, where there's depth in the lineup where he can, like, the Yankees. If you told me the Yankees signed Stephen Kwan and betted him ninth, oh my God, he would score all the time.
Yeah.
He would have a million runs. It's just like, it's the same thing I say about Emmanuel Class A. Emmanuel Class A is a luxury that we can't afford to not move. There's no reason why we need to have an elite all-star closer when he doesn't even get to fucking pitch.
Mm-hmm. What's
the point of that?
There isn't.
And like the argument that I got was like, well, if we want to compete next year, I'm like, I don't care, man. This team has so many issues. And really the issue I have is that this is the Dolans being cheap has put the front office in a situation where every plan they have has to go perfect for it to work. There is no room for error, which is why I believe money gives you room for error. If the Dodgers or the Mets or the Yankees or any of the top 5 teams in spending, if they sign somebody that doesn't work, it doesn't matter. They just move them and trade for somebody else that also is paid well. Like, we don't get to do that. That's what money provides you. Money doesn't make you invincible. It doesn't make you smarter or dumber, because you can make some bad signings. But if you have money, you are allowed to miss.
I think it's frustrating because we know the Dolans have money too.
They have it, man. They have the money. They're not interested in winning, man. They're just losers.
Do you believe that they only drafted Bazzana because he was going to sign for the cheapest out of all the top 5?
It's hard to not believe that. I have nothing to bring to the table that can go to the contrary of that.
I was reading about it, and then there's some MLB writers and analysts that believe that they drafted Bazzana because they knew Bazzana would sign under his slot value, where Caglione, Nick Kurtz, those other guys would not, and that's why they went with kind of the guard ball player rather than the guys that.
And that's the other thing about Stephen Kwan, which is why I'm okay with trading Stephen Kwan as well, because I believe Travis Bazzana is Stephen Kwan with
a little bit more potential, more power,
with a little bit more. Yeah. I don't think Travis Bazzana is going to hit 20 homers, but I think he can hit 15.
I think he can hit 20,
maybe, but I don't need more of that. Mm-hmm. I need difference makers. And so if I can get something good for Stephen Kwan in return, and that's the tough part, is we're going to trade these players and get more prospects.
Yeah, well, you'll get an an MLB ready player back for Kwan.
I hope so, but it's just would
you trade Kwan for Volpe?
I mean, yes, but also how far away is that kid from in Akron? That Angel Angel.
Giannino or whatever.
Yeah, he looks kind of he's bigger. He's bigger than Rocchio and Arias. He's more athletic, a little more dynamic.
I would to see him play. I just, I'm thinking if you're going to trade Kwan, you're going to need at least somebody who's.
Yeah, no, I'm not opposed to
I was just asking about Volpe, bro, because I want him out of New York after he hit Aaron Judge in the face with the ball.
Here's my thing, and I've talked about this on the show before. When you are the Guardians who live in that $80 to $110 million payroll, you need to live in 3-year increments.
Yeah.
And you need to create as many of those windows as possible. So kind of half joking, I said, we should trade for Paul Skeens.
Mm-hmm.
He has 5 years left to control. I have him for 3 years. I have a top 5 arm in baseball for 3 years. Then when he has 2 years of control left, I can trade him and flip him for more good players.
Right. You flip him in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. And then I have a create another 3-year window with that haul. And it's just like, that's how I think they have to operate. But they're just so like, it's like they're like a cat. They're like scared of their own shadow.
And they fall in love with like things and like don't back off of those things.
I don't know. Like when Stephen Kwan says, like, you know, we're gonna stick to the plan, blah blah. Like that's the definition of insanity.
Mm-hmm.
We are the third worst offense against left-handed pitching. Yet we're still trotting out David Fry, Jonathan Rodriguez. Like Will Wilson got called up for Lane Thomas going. Like that was the opportunity. You could have brought up Chase Lauder because Lane Thomas is now hurt. Like you could have, and you brought up Will Wilson instead. You know how many strikeouts David Fry and Will Wilson combined for today?
Did they have 5? 6?
They stink, both of them. And like, do you want to bring up Chase Lauder to face Terry Skubal and then Hunter Brown tomorrow for the Astros? Like, I get it. You don't want to do that, but like,
look, my Yankees, when they brought up Dominguez, who was it against? Verlander. Then they sent him back down. And then last year, who they bring him up against? Skubal.
What this organization has, what ownership has done to this team after being 3 wins away from going to the World Series is disgusting. And it's a slap in the face to the Cleveland sports fans. It's honestly a slap in the face. And if I'm Stephen Vogt, I'm furious. If I'm Jose Ramirez, I'm furious. Like if it came out tomorrow that Jose Ramirez is demanding to be traded, there's not a single Cleveland fan that would be mad at Jose Ramirez for that.
None.
Not a single one. And you know what would happen? They would trade him and nobody would watch. Nobody would go to the games until Paul Dolan sold the team.
Do you think they're going to platoon Lauder when he comes up?
Yeah. Yes.
That was a serious question because, like, he's got like reverse splits.
No, I know. Dude, I'm telling you right now, this franchise, I don't know if they know what to do right now. Their expected record right now. Hold on, I sent you that. So their record is 40-49. Their expected record. So this is for all you analytical nerds out there. Their expected record right now should be 36-50.
Ew.
Yeah, 36-50.
That's gross.
So they've played in the 10-game losing streak. They have played 92 innings. They've scored in 7 of them.
They need pop, man.
No, they don't, Chris. They don't just need pop. They just need better players.
Yeah, they need pop. They need, yeah.
I don't care if they hit home runs. I don't care. They just need, they need
home runs because they need guys that can change the game with one swing as opposed to having to string together 6, 7, 8
I don't care what it looks like. I
down.
just can't. I cannot.
I'm telling you, when you have a bad lineup, you need pop in the lineup because that saves the lineup, and not potential pop, like real pop.
It's great. I don't care what it looks like, Doc. I don't care. I just can't when you're watching the game in the first inning and the lineup comes up and there's 4 guys in your lineup that have a 1 in the first digit of their batting average. I can't do it.
Yeah, I think it's time for Cleveland to stop coping about Bo Naylor too. Like I like Bo Naylor. I think Bo Naylor has pop, but the batting average continuing to dip is just like it's just below the breaking point for me.
And like as a catcher, somebody who's coached catchers, when there's a guy who's coached catchers and pitchers, when there's a guy on third base, and if I even think that you're not going to block that baseball, I literally can't call the game how I need to call the game.
It takes away your 0-2 spiked breaking pitch.
They gave up the tying run in the top of the 9th inning without giving up a hit.
That's gross. That can't happen.
2-2 count, and it goes right through the 5-hole. And the ball didn't even bounce, Chris. It didn't even bounce.
I think it crossed the plate. He just missed it, right?
He just whiffed it.
Do you like that new catcher stance or no? Not really.
I don't care. Just catch the
Well,
ball.
I'm saying like people think that is responsible for like a lot of the whiffs.
Eyewash. It's just easy. It's just an easy thing to complain about.
Yeah.
Those guys in the pros, like, they're so good. They're so good. Those catchers that, like, they're just so good. Most of them. But, like, yeah, Bo Naylor, like, how long? I mean, that's the age-old question. It's like, how long do you give a kid in the majors?
Yeah.
What's fair and what's not fair? And my personal belief is they're all different because like if you have watched baseball long enough, you just know, you can see it. And like, he doesn't have it. There's something, I know that people say he's a good framer, but like, there's something missing defensively that I don't see it. And then obviously offensively, like, to me, God, and like the Naylor brothers, Josh got all the hand-eye coordination.
Mm-hmm. Well, the cousin just hit a 470-foot home run the other day.
I'm out on Bo Naylor too. I think the catcher of the future is currently playing in Akron as well.
Oh, Engel, yeah.
So it's only a matter of time. And to me personally, like, if people are saying that there's such a big difference between AAA and Major League Baseball, then stop wasting time in AAA. There's no developing happening in AAA if there is the difference that everybody says there is.
I don't know if you've seen, but like outside of the Guardians, a lot of teams are like really fast tracking. Like a lot of times it's like, okay, like we're gonna like grind you and develop you in AA, and then we're just gonna put you in AAA because it's closer to our stadium in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I followed the Yankees pretty closely, but Cam Schlittler was down in AA 2 weeks ago. Remember, I went to go see him. He pitched against Rubber Ducks not too long ago. He has made 2 AAA starts. Guess where he's starting on Tuesday?
Yankees.
For the Yankees. I mean, we saw Chase Burns. He had 3 AAA starts, and then he pitched where? In the majors. Like they're accelerating guys. And
I don't know. I don't know. There's no explanation. I don't know what, if they came out and said why they're doing what they're doing. I don't know if I would buy into it at all. I think it would just be a crock of shit.
Well, it's just like a blockage.
It's just they're just acting. They're acting like they're not a non-competitive franchise. This is why they're inching closer to. Everybody has said for such a long time, Cleveland and the Pittsburgh are so far away. Are they? Are they? Because the behavior, the actions of the front office and ownership tell me that they are closer to the Pirates than anybody would like to admit.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
I mean, also the Pirates are just
2025 season. I know people are like, oh, the last decade, blah, 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 blah. The 2025 actions of the front office and the ownership are more like Pittsburgh, more like the Pittsburgh Pirates than anybody would like to admit.
Yeah, they're like they're like closer to the Pirates than they are to the Cubs.
Correct.
And Chicago and Cleveland should be similar markets, correct?
The Cubs payroll is $190 million.
And the I believe the cities are similar in size, right? Within like 0.3 million.
I was surprised by that, but yes, you're right.
Between 0.3 and 0.6 million, I believe, is what I saw.
They're an unwatchable franchise. They're an unwatchable baseball team right now.
Yeah.
The only reason why I tuned in today is because I wanted to watch, and I also wanted to watch Terry Skubal.
I love Skubal, bro. Skubal's my guy, dude. You're a Skeens guy. I'm a Skubal guy.
I'm a Skubal guy.
He's just so cool, dude. And he pitches, and I guess we can start a transition, but he pitches the closest to we see like the fiery psycho college pitchers. Like he pitches with like a lot of swagger and a lot of fun. They don't really see.
He pitches with a good tempo.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't shy away. Like, this is what it is. I'm coming at you. Good luck. There's no there's no deception with Taylor Schoolwood.
Oh, it's
I got a
fastball, changeup, slider. It's
98. I got a decent changeup, and I got a decent.
Don't be disrespectful. He's got like a top 2 changeup in baseball.
Whatever. It's like I'm coming at you. It's not fancy, but like good luck. And I'm gonna dot this fastball all around the outside corners and on the corners of the strike zone.
And I like it because it's all strikes. Like I'm not gonna get you to chase. I'm gonna throw you.
You know, he's made 17 starts, only walked 14 batters going into today.
He had 50 strikeouts and 0 walks this year.
Yeah,
like he that's got to be chilling. Like going up there and knowing that he's gonna throw you strikes.
That's why he throws so many complete games, because like
he doesn't waste time.
Yeah, and like if you get to 2 strikes with him, like you're cooked.
Yeah, I believe his changeup had the most swings and misses of anybody changeup in baseball heading into this weekend.
Yeah,
so, I love watching.
It's a disheartening. Like this franchise is unwatchable, and they're alienating the casual fan. Like the casual fan is tuning out. Like they're done. They give up. It's over. You know, the real sickos are going to watch and wait and see, and they're going to watch every game because that's what they do. And then, you know, when they bring all the young kids up after they make all these trades, which, God, please trade all these people, trade all these guys. Like they all stink.
I mean, that'll make it fun. Like there's nothing like latching onto a young player and like being excited and like watching them grow.
I mean, if you were to ask me, of the position players, who is a part of the future, I would say Jose Ramirez. I would say Kyle Manzardo. And I have not given up on Angel Martinez. I'm curious.
Giving up on Angel Martinez would be foolish at this stage.
But like everybody else, I'm good.
You're out on Schneemann right now, and I'm
not out on Schneemann, but like I don't know if he's like really a part of the future, because like
I want Schneemann in New York.
I hold a lot of value for Daniel Schneemann. A guy that can play 6 different positions is like important. Like I find a lot of value in that. Like that's a guy who could play every day if you really think about it.
Yeah, he could. I think he'd play every day in New York. That's one of the better offenses in baseball.
Well, it's just like the fact that like if he's playing, he could play every day by giving a different guy a day off every day.
Well, I think he could play every day second base for New York.
Yeah. I guess you could. I would add Schneemann to that. So I would say 4. There's 4 players that I would like keep around, and everybody else is available. And when it comes to the pitching, like I don't know, man. Paul Sewald. I think Paul Sewald's just auditioning for trades.
I mean, Alleman got up to 99.8 on a sinker.
Yeah, Franco Alleman threw a 99 mile an hour sinker, almost. Basically, you could say it's a 100 mile an hour sinker.
Yeah, 99.8. That's a 100 mile per hour sinker. What is he doing in AAA? Dude?
Nothing. They just, I don't know. I'm sure it's about this clock. I'm sure it's about their service time and their clock starting.
The PIP.
It's got to be the PIP and the service time. There's no other explanation. There's just, you can't tell me. There's nothing you can tell me.
Yeah.
Other than that. So.
LeBron's been in Akron, big dog. I passed him the other day. It was really cool. Cool little moment. Had the 2-tone Phantom driving around top down with the home hat or whatever on. He's been golfing at Portage a couple of days. Got a video of someone golfing behind him. He waved to people. So LeBron's back. He also worked out at the Cleveland Cavaliers practice facility and then tweeted, I do this every year. Stop making it a big deal. Blah, 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 blah. Even though someone just reported on it. You called me. You told me LeBron knows exactly what he's doing everywhere he goes.
Is there anybody that's better at PR and marketing than him?
It's really him and Tom Brady, right? Like those are the two.
I mean, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is the same shit that he pulled when he was with the Cavs. He's just doing it to the Lakers now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and honestly, I actually read a fascinating article in it to sum it up. It basically said that Rich Paul is a bigger issue for the Lakers than LeBron is at this point in their career, in his career. Rich Paul can make this a very difficult situation for the Lakers.
Yes.
So much so that like there's a legitimate, like not a legitimate, I would say there's a 10% chance the Lakers actually buy him out and just say, go away.
Do you know why Rich Paul could become a big issue?
No, but like the article didn't do a really good job of explaining it.
I'll explain it. He's the Scott Boras of the NBA. He's got so many clients that if you wrong one, that'll put you in bad water with every other Rich Paul client. So Rich is going to get his way, or else you want so-and-so and so-and-so that has a relationship with Rich, we're not taking a discount. In fact, it's going to be extra for him to come here because we don't like you. So it is almost like a relationship thing that if you don't do what we want you to do, I'm going to make it so toxic and bad. And yeah, you might be like, okay, LeBron's old and going to retire. But guess what? This Rich Paul curse is going to last 10 more years after that. So people are afraid with Rich Paul.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. It would be stunning to me if the Lakers buy LeBron out. They're not going to just pay somebody $55 million to go away.
It would be horrendous to pay him out.
Yeah.
Like that's a horrendous. I mean, I could see it. I mean, obviously Dame just got bought out, but like it would be horrendous business and horrendous team building for them to have to go through buying LeBron out and then essentially paying him to go away rather than trading him for pieces. Because if you trade him, at least you get something back. But if you have to buy him out and he gets to go anywhere, you're now paying for him to go to another team. He can double up salary and you get nothing in return except for a big middle finger or a smile and a maybe I'll send you someone in 5 years from Rich Paul.
Do you think LeBron, if he did get bought out, would he take a league minimum?
I don't think he would take a league minimum, but getting the maximum would be something he didn't push for. That makes sense.
It's not like let's also be very clear. If LeBron James didn't make another cent the rest of his life, he's still good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, LeBron James the eighth is still good. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's all good.
We're playing with house money, bro. This is like
I listen. I think LeBron knows what he's doing. I think he's putting a ton of heat on Rob Pelinka. I think he doesn't want to be there. I don't think they want him there anymore. You know, it seems like Jeannie Buss is like wanting to get her franchise back. And like, if there is a criticism of LeBron, you could say that he's more powerful than your GM. I mean, LeBron James is his own economy.
Yeah, GM.
He is legitimately, when he was in Cleveland, the economy in Cleveland went through the roof.
Yeah, but like, is that a criticism?
Well, it's just like he just demands a lot from your franchise, and it seems like, you know, when he
isn't
comes
that
there,
a good thing?
It is as a fan, it's a good thing. But
isn't it a good thing? And this may be one of our philosophy beliefs. I think that's good for a franchise. Because you know what you avoid when you get someone like that? The Guardians.
That's true. And then one thing that the Cavs do on the other side is that Dan Gilbert, if Dan Gilbert is willing to take LeBron on again, they've done this song and dance enough times where like Dan knows exactly what he's getting himself into.
And look, the first time around with LeBron, it was very Jose Ramirez-esque. They had Boobie Gibson as my brother in Christ, Robin. It was bad. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, which I like Z. She's a good player.
Z was a good player.
Yeah, not good enough to be a Robin, though, is what I'm saying. So, like, the first time around, like, before the GM was born, he was looking around and seeing who he's got to go practice with every day. And so he went and he learned and came back and said, we're not doing that shit this time. Like, I'm not dealing with the holding on to young players. Like, I'll trade them. It's fine. I want proven stars. I want players. Like, it is a good thing that LeBron has operated like that.
You know what's funny too is people like, oh, we're sacrificing our future for 2 years with LeBron. But I was like, okay, so LeBron leaves in 2 years. Now you have $50+ million of empty cap space.
Correct.
Where Evan Mobley's been trained for 2 years under LeBron, and Donovan's still good enough in his prime. Like, you don't rebuild, you just reload.
And also, like, what was your future anyway? It was that Hawks team. Get a grip.
Yeah,
Here we go. Like, I don't like when teams do we'll sacrifice our future, brother. You sacrifice your future if it means a ring. Tyler, if I tell you we're gonna win a ring in the next 2 years, but then for 5 years after that, we're gonna be mid to bad, would you take that trade?
Absolutely.
Every time, every single time, everybody would, because people don't win a lot of championships.
And if anybody hasn't been paying attention, you know how fast you can change your franchise in the NBA?
2 years.
Tops.
2 years. You can flip this around real quick.
Really fast.
The Rockets had here we go, Tyler. The Rockets had the number 3 overall pick a year ago. They were just the number 2 seed in the West.
Yeah. And not to mention, Evan Mobley is like about to enter his actual life prime.
Yeah.
Like, you have the ultimate, if Evan Mobley can like flip a switch and turn into something that, we could all hope and dream he becomes, like, you're never going to be rebuilding. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, and like, I understand that Cleveland may be a tough place to attract free agents, but like, you can make trades. You can make it happen. So listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you take away the name and the age of the player and just look at his stats from last year, there's no way you could tell me you wouldn't take it. 25, 7, and 7. What the fuck are we talking about, man?
I'm up twice.
Like, and he shot 40% from. He shot 40. I think it was like 45% from the field, 40% from 3, and 75% from the line. What are we talking about?
Yeah, and he's brilliant.
And he's also, I don't know, played in 10 NBA finals.
Mm-hmm. Because we were we saw this Cavs team was kind of deer in headlights down the stretch against like those Pacers teams.
Yeah, dude, it's just like it doesn't make any. The East, if it was LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, and Evan Mobley, you're automatically the best team in the East, and the East is gonna be terrible next year.
Yeah, they're gonna be really bad.
Like, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley is the closest thing there is to Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
They might be the 2 best players in the East next year.
Yeah. So
no, never mind. I take that back. Cade is nasty. Paolo is nasty.
Okay, so we got 2 of the top 4 players in the East.
Yeah, 2 of the top 5. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah, 2 of the top 5 in the East. Healthy.
Again,
and wherever Giannis ends up.
I understand that when LeBron, it's not just a player. You're getting everything that comes with him. But like, we're going to talk about the 2016 NBA championship for a long time.
Well, like, you're getting someone that, like, above all else, like,
I'm not saying that he's that guy anymore, but what I'm saying is, like, if it increases my chance to win a championship next year, I'm doing it.
Yeah,
we've seen the movie with these 4 cats 3 years in a row.
Yeah, do it,
bro. We've already struck out. We didn't hit a foul ball. You don't get to see another pitch. You struck out. Like, we know what the ceiling is with this group. We've watched it. So
I know.
I'd rather take a risk and see what happens than going into the season know what's going to happen.
I mean, the 2 favorites for him to start the year next year are LA and Dallas.
Man, if Dallas gets him, holy shit, dude. That would be insane. Nico Harrison would take the biggest victory lap of all time.
Well, his victory lap is on accident because they had a 1.4% chance to get Cooper Flag. My thing, yeah. No, he can take a victory lap. I have bigger concerns. I think that that if he ends up in Dallas, Luka Doncic could be racist afterwards. Because
also, did you see the Lakers are going to sign Chris Paul?
Yeah. So if they sign Chris Paul, I think that's to keep LeBron happy.
Who's going to take care of that basketball? Who's going to dribble the basketball?
Oh, they can absolutely play together.
Luka, Chris Paul, and LeBron. There's only one basketball, and all 3 of them like to handle the basketball.
My brother in Christ, do you know who was on that Houston Rockets team that had the best record in basketball?
These are all 3 very, very proud individuals and large egos.
Dog, if Luka's ego is bigger than James Harden's and wants to dribble the ball more than James Harden, go to super hell. Luka.
Oh,
And also, like Chris Paul will gladly dribble less with the starters and then stay out there and run the second unit. That's what happened in Houston. He was kind of like in the corner at times, and then when the second unit came out there, he would be in there because he expended less energy. And he was like facilitating the second unit. But that would be crazy.
Chris Paul going to the Lakers is the same thing as Gary Payton signing with the Lakers too. Not moving the needle for me,
brother. Chris Paul can still, bro. I'm not gonna let you disrespect Chris Paul like that, bro.
Okay, the point guard,
one of the greatest ever, bro. And like,
I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying there's a reason why Chris Paul and LeBron James have been. They're friends. They're part of the the Banana Boat crew, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but there's a reason why they've never played together because it would never ever work. It would never work.
I think LeBron and Chris would work. I don't think LeBron, Chris, and Luke. I think LeBron, Chris, and Luke is a little bit trickier. But I think why couldn't LeBron and Chris work? They could work, bro. You're fried.
I'm not fried. That would never work. Anyways.
And they haven't been together because it just has never worked.
If the Cavs have an opportunity to get LeBron James, I think they should do it. There's been reports out there that said that they are not interested in LeBron.
Those are lies, but yeah,
I don't know how true. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's just like you don't want Lakers to be like, oh, look how like interested they are, and then you just can
that's probably true.
Yeah.
So, but regardless, LeBron knows exactly what he's doing.
No, he does. He knows.
So, and his golf swing looks way better than it did when he was at Top Golf about 2 years ago. So
yeah, that money could do a lot of things, man. So. Sophie Cunningham said that why would the WNBA move to Cleveland, and then she got checked and bullied into saying no, she's sure that Cleveland's a great city.
I can't comment on Sophie Cunningham because I can't say what I want to say.
I'll say it. She looks better than she plays, and she doesn't know ball or city. Anyway, I actually don't have anything against Sophie Cunningham. The only thing I have against her is that she beefed with JC Sheldon when she was watching Caitlin Clark get beat up all year, and you want to choose the little suburban Dublin girl to go after. That's my only beef with her.
Sophie Cunningham, when you come out and say that you would rather see a team in Miami and Nashville and not in the Midwest, and then you have a video of you shaking your ass, like, I don't need to say anything else. I'm sure she's a very nice woman. I'm sure, and she can do whatever she wants to, but it seems like Sophie Cunningham is enjoying the life, and Miami's life fits her interests more so than Cleveland.
I just don't understand though. She plays for India. How are you going to diss Cleveland? When
Cleveland and Indianapolis are the same thing.
Yeah, bro. It's like I'm like it's like a turkey sandwich next to a ham
she
sandwich.
Didn't get traded though from Phoenix, so she was sleeping with her owner.
Yeah, she's crazy. Dude, the Browns are the Browns. I don't really have anything on them, but I guess as we get like closer to camp, it should be fascinating. I'm still watching the media like spin and twirl and decide who they like at quarterback. I got asked on a boat yesterday about Shador's CFL rights, if those are going to come into play at any point. Like, no, I don't think so.
Well, now there's momentum for Joe Flacco to start week 1. So there's nothing. I don't really have much to talk about with the Browns. There's not a lot of things that hadn't been substance.
Only thing I have to say is buckle up, because once things actually get going, it is going to be a war zone.
When we get to training camp, we're going to talk a lot of Browns. It'll be nauseating how much we talk about the Browns.
Yeah,
in August. So we'll say. But there was an interesting question that was asked to you about your concern level of the Ohio State coordinators, because not only did Ohio State lose almost their entire defense, they lost Jim Knowles, and then they lost their quarterback, their left tackle, their right tackle, and their 2 running backs. And they lost their offensive coordinator. Are you concerned about Patricia and Hartline?
I'm not concerned about Patricia. because I think that he'll be better than Knowles, because I think dealing with and having the freaks is not something that's unique to him, because he was in the NFL for a while where there's big freaky guys. I thought Jim Knowles kind of limited Sonny Styles because he was so used to guys like Malcolm Rodriguez, who was a 3-star converted quarterback playing linebacker. And almost like when this big thing walks in, you don't know what to do. Pause. Super pause. Wow, that was crazy. Insane. With Brian Hartline, I worry a little bit more because I don't think Brian Hartline knows the run game well enough. So and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's like the pick your poison kind of deal. It's like if the coordinator doesn't know the run game, there's no chance to like shrink up and tighten up and only run the ball. So maybe that's part of it. I just worry about Brian because Brian tried this once before with a new quarterback and got so frustrated with the quarterback and like things didn't go well that he lost play calling duties before week 1. So more concerned about Brian because of football acumen versus skill set.
I agree. I think Matt Patricia is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Matt Patricia has been actively recruiting also makes me even less worried. I'm at a -1 on the concern level for Matt Patricia.
He's been recruiting like he wants to be here for more than 2 years. It's kind of unique.
Who do you think's more important to the success of the offense? Brian Hartline or Billy Fessler?
Billy Fessler.
I agree.
Because I think if Billy Fessler gets Julian Sand right, I'm not sure how many bad play calls there actually are on that play sheet.
Well, I'm just saying, I think personally, if Ryan Day trusts Billy Fessler and Billy Fessler does a good job and maybe Hartline isn't doing as well, it's much easier for Ryan Day to just like call plays if he has to.
Right. As opposed to like
worry
if
about
Billy's doing a bad job,
then he has to worry about
quarterbacks
developing Julian, and like that's a lot.
That's a
lot to ask. So I think if Billy is doing a good job in developing Julian Sand, you're right. There is a lot of bad play calls in that because like the best offensive player in the country is on your team. Just throw it to 4.
Yeah. You see PFF named him their top player in the country.
And so it's also like I think they're going to be able to run the ball because I believe that the offensive line will be better than the end product of Ohio State's offensive line last year.
They're going to be better than the end product?
Yes.
To start the year or by the end of the year?
The end of the year.
Okay, because I think
last year's
end product was fantastic.
I think running the ball wise.
Oh, I think this offensive line is going to be more geared towards running the football than passing.
Correct. So, like, I'm a little concerned about pass protection early in the year, but I think they're going to be able to run the ball very efficiently and very explosively and, like, very much in your face.
Yeah.
Because on the left side, you have Ethan Inyama, who is a 6'8", 9-foot psychopath.
Psycho.
And Luke Montgomery is in the left guard. He is also mean and nasty, and like he's got some juice to him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Carson Hinsman, like if Carson Hinsman like takes another step forward, like he also has got some nastiness to him as well. I'm a little concerned about, I need Tegra to me, like Tegra probably has the highest potential of all of them.
He's got the highest upside because he's got the perfect body for it. And like when he mauls, he mauls. The issue is he might take a nap between mauling and might run the wrong way and might trip over his own feet.
And I'm really not – I think, Austin Cerevel can do fine at right tackle. Like
he's an upgrade from Fryer, I think.
Even if he's the same, like we won a national championship with Josh Fryer. Like, give me the same or better, a little bit better, and I'm fine.
Yeah. So
I think they're going to run the ball a lot against Texas. The more that if Ohio State, actually, I'm going to make an early call right now. If Ohio State runs the ball more than they throw it against Texas, they'll beat Texas. Because that means they didn't have to throw the ball, which means they're controlling the clock and they're winning the game.
Which I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind getting out of that game clean like that.
Like, just to me, it doesn't matter what that game looks like because it's going to be a heavy hitter, it's like going to be maybe the two most talented teams in the country going at it. And
yeah, I believe both of them and their 2 deep will have a blue chip ratio of 90%.
Yeah, so it's like it's going to be
a war.
It's going to be an absolute war. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out fight, and like just win the game. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what the score is. So that would be my early call right now. Is if Ohio State throws less passes than they run it, they'll win.
I get behind that. I'll stamp it.
So
stamp it. I believe in it.
I'm excited. I'm itching. You know, it's easier to talk about Ohio State because they're good than the Browns, but like I'm ready to talk about football a lot.
I'm ready to see pads pop a little bit, dude.
I'm ready to see pads pop. I'm ready to see the storylines in Cleveland. I'm ready to see, you know, the development, you know, the roster come together for Ohio State, because it's not about like, do they have the talent? It's just like they got to bring it together. So
yeah, I'm excited to see how like. I'm excited to see how it was analyzing the beat, Ohio State's beat versus the Browns beat, is what I'm excited about too.
Both have their own very large issues.
Yeah. Do you ever hear me out?
I do.
Do you want me to go first? You going first?
I'll go last because I think mine is kind of spicy. I think it might be spicy.
Hot dogs at movie theaters are more important than popcorn, and I think that more people need to go to movie theaters and order the hot dogs. A movie theater hot dog, super underrated. Popcorn gets stuck in your teeth. It's like the same flavor over and over and over again. It doesn't actually fill you up. And I can remember a time where I ate a lot of popcorn and felt fulfilled afterwards.
I don't even know where to go with this. I'm the wrong person to talk about this with, because I am a little bit of a child when it comes to this, because I get a slushie and candy when I go to the movies. I don't get popcorn or a hot dog.
You don't do savory?
No, I just do straight sweet when I go to the movie theater.
Yeah, see, you're wrong. But I just, you know, I think that like I think popcorn is the most overrated snack of all time. You do all that work for a snack that is not as good as goldfish.
Goldfish is not good.
Goldfish and Cheez-Its both clear, and I would rather eat a glizzy during a movie than I would popcorn.
I really enjoy the cheddar popcorn with the caramel popcorn combination. I think it's really good. I don't know why. I don't have a good explanation for it, but like, I mean, I understand. Like, I don't particularly like
popcorn is just edible styrofoam.
I don't know how to argue it. I can't really argue. I
think you understand. Like, I'm right. Like, butter's not a flavor. Like, butter is like what you add.
I'm also just not gonna get a hot dog at a movie theater either.
Oh, dude, I love a movie theater hot dog.
I'd rather get a piece of pizza at a movie theater than a hot dog.
You ever had a movie theater burger?
No.
Cinemark, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's all I got, dude.
I hear you. I'm just not the right person to argue.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What's your favorite candy? Now, here we go. Are you like a chocolate guy or like a sweet guy?
I'm a gummy. I like gummies.
Like gummies? Okay.
Yeah. Like Lifesaver gummies. Ooh.
Sour or not?
I can do sour. I can do either or.
The texture with sour candy fucks.
Yeah, you got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah,
you really be in the mood for it.
Sour Skittles, I could feel the exfoliation on my tongue for like 3 hours.
It's true. All right. I think fireworks are the most overrated form of entertainment in the history of the world.
You know ball. Oh my God, you know ball. Oh my God, I hate fireworks. Oh my God, that you are 100% agree. Fireworks suck.
I mean, I just think if you've seen them once or twice, you've seen it. Like, what can you do differently with fireworks?
Drone shows clear, and they're not as fucking loud.
I just like I've been on this earth for 33 years, and like fireworks shows have always been the same. It's just they're all the same.
Dude. When someone says
it's like watching, how many times can you like? It's like watching the Fast and Furious. Like, I know what's gonna happen.
Dude, it's like watching your screensaver cycle through on your PC, except for there's a loud bang each time.
Yeah,
it's like I already know. Like, I've never Tyler looked and thought, wow, that was one of the best finales I've ever seen firework wise.
Yeah, what's the finale? The finale is they just shoot them all off at the same time.
Yeah, why do we even ramp up fireworks anyway? No one's getting warmed up. You're just lighting fuses. I think fireworks suck.
You know, the only thing that's the fireworks ever given us is the greatest video of the social media area. Back up, Terry.
Back up, Terry.
Throw in reverse, Terry.
And we don't even know what color the firework was. It was just funny.
And you know what, too, is I'm a dog person. My dog hates fireworks.
Dude, fireworks. So I guess like because of the hearing that dogs and cats have, I guess it's about 15 times louder in their eardrums than it is for humans.
Yeah.
Like they're literally in Nam when the 4th of July comes around.
Yeah. I just like, to me, my wife is going to hate this, but like, they're not, they haven't been entertaining to me since I was like 8 years old.
Mm-mm. I would much rather watch two crackheads fight in the corner than watch fireworks.
They're just super overrated. I don't understand. You know what I also don't understand? I thought they were illegal.
They
A lot of people just be popping off fireworks all the time. They're illegal, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, it's illegal to set them off.
I don't know.
You know what my thing is? Is like fireworks shows are dumb. The only time I can acknowledge fireworks is if you shoot off fireworks for a great sporting event moment. Like when you shoot off fireworks when someone hits a home run, I can get behind it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I get behind it. But I don't need a whole damn show dedicated to I hate fireworks time. When I see it's firework night, when I see it's firework night, big dog, I don't go to the minor league game. I won't do it. Yeah. Or if I do, I'll leave early.
But like you sit there and you watch, you're just like,
I've seen this before.
I've seen it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Overrated.
Like fireworks.
One of the most overrated form of entertainment in American history.
And they took away prime years of Jason Pierre-Paul. And it's official, DeAndre Ayton is with the Lakers and we're number 5.
They're going to play zero defense in LA. Between Luka and DeAndre Ayton, neither one of them play no defense. So
no,
whatever.
They're about to be out there just chilling. So I'm Chris. That's Tyler.
Peace.